All right, welcome to Raven's Arcana. I am Raven. I'm going to be your host again. And today we're going to wrap up our series on Scary Tarot, at least as far as the major arcana is concerned. We're going to wrap it up with the Devil card. Ooh, right. So I actually like the Devil card, but I'll explain why a lot of people don't. I'm sure you're aware. It does have a lot of negative connotation just because it is the, traditional adversary of God or divinity. It, is evil instead of good. And for lack of a better term, it's been demonized through, religion. And we've been front-loaded, programmed by all these things to think that the devil is evil and the devil is bad. Now, in the tarot, that's just not the case. And for me, it is actually one of my favorite cards. Reason being that it's like an old friend, a trustworthy friend that's telling you, hey, man, I'm going to be real honest with you. You're making some decisions that are less than ideal. And if you continue down this path, it's not going to have a good ending. So for me, it's a great heads up in any of my readings I do for myself or readings for other people. And I wanted to kind of go into the symbolism in the card and explain that to you like I did with the other two cards. And we're going to use the Rider-Waite deck once again. I do like to mix it up with decks, but for me, the Rider-Waite and the traditional tarot is going to give the best example of the symbolism within the card. And let's just jump right in. And here is a picture of the Devil card. Now, immediately, we see the Devil figure with the goat horns. It's going to have the vampire wings. It's going to have clawed feet. And our heroes are chained to the devil with chains around their neck. One of them has grapes on their tail. The other one has fire. And it just looks, once again, just like a horrible situation. The devil has his pose like this, which for me always means as above, so below. Not an evil thing, right? But let's jump right in and talk about the vampire wings. So the vampire wings obviously are going to represent something that's vampirical, stealing blood traditionally. In this case, I would think it's stealing your energy, stealing your ability to remain grounded, stealing your ability to have a good mental state, have mental clarity. It's going to disallow you to balance your emotions. And it's not going to allow you to be the creative person or the spiritual person you're supposed to be. Now, if you can see this, I'm not sure how good the lighting is and the camera is. There is an inverted pentagram on the top of the devil's head. Now, immediately, once again, this image of the pentagram, period, whether upright or upside down, has been demonized in this culture. And it's for some, I think they use this. I would say Satanists probably use this for a symbol that can mean evil. But in this case, it is just an inversion of what the pentagram means. And the pentagram means what we just talked about. It's going to be fire, earth, air, water. It's going to be creativity. It's going to be your grounding. It's going to be your intellect. And it's going to be your emotions. And the fifth point is going to represent ether or spirit, your connection. So, the devil for me will represent, the devil meaning this card, is going to represent addiction, obsession, control, control in a bad way. You're under control by someone else. You're chained or bound to a bad relationship, a bad job, or you've, taken your employees and made them feel that way. You've taken your partner, your friend, your lover, made them feel that way. Or you're on the opposite end of that, where you're made to feel that way. And, obsession, addiction, debauchery, anything you can think of that really leads to a bad outcome is going to be what this card represents. Now, once again, those chains are loose, and the devil made me do it is not the case here. You made these decisions. You have the ability to take the chains off. And I did want to go into a little bit of the color symbology, and did want to talk about kind of the inversion. So on one of our characters' tails here, the fire is yellow and red. I think yellow is always going to represent positivity. It's always going to represent consciousness. Red is, and my black cat just entered. And hey, buddy, how you doing? Apparently wants to be part of this, which is fine. And back to the colors. Red is going to represent power, love, authority. So if that is inverted, that means, the lack of power. You feel powerless. Or it's, illusion of power, illusion of control, the illusion of love. Or in the case of the yellow, it is the illusion of you being consciously aware of what's going on. Or positivity. Always an inversion. Now, I did want to talk a little bit about the number of the devil and the number of the devil card, of course. So this is 15. Now, 15 reduced down to numerology is going to be a 6. That is growth. Doesn't make a lot of sense until we rewind a little bit and go back to how this progression happened. So let's start with the death card. The death card is going to be 13. Reduced down, that is a 4. That's stability. But remember, it was stability, with a necessity for change. So you had to go through the transformation to become stable. And then temperance is chaos. Why is that chaos? It's new change. It's new beginnings. So it's always chaotic. You're trying to learn the new part of the cycle. Then you get to the devil. And this is growth out of chaos. Why is this growth? Because growth is necessary at this point. You're new in the cycle. You're being introduced to new experiences that are overwhelming. They're in your face, and it's okay to dabble, but you don't want to get caught up in it, right? And then next is the tower, and the tower is the faith card. The faith that, you've built this tower on bad decisions, but the faith that you're going to take that tower down, keep that stable foundation there, and get into the change, which is going to be the star card, if you remember. So the star card, is all about balancing the emotions and being grounded. And that's hope and renewal. So this is all good. And, I don't want you to be fearful of this card. I want you to look at it like I look at it, as a friend that's like, there it is. Look at something else. You need to make some changes so, you don't get stuck here. So the tower doesn't fall on top of you. So you didn't start this cycle to just remain in this perpetual enslavement. But once again, the devil did not make you do it. Those chains are loose. You can take those chains off at any time, make good decisions, and keep going in your quest for raising your vibration and elevating, leveling up. So I did want to thank you for your time, and appreciate you joining us here. If you like the video, give us a like. If you dig what we're all about, subscribe to the channel, and take it easy. Enjoy the rest of your day. I'm out.